The learning target covered in this particular video is dealing with a direction and a magnitude. So always helpful to get a sketch to understand what's going on. So for part A, all right, we are defining east as 0 degrees. And we're told we're 210 degrees away from that. Well, straight across from 0 degrees, we understand is 180 degrees. So ultimately, that is our diagram of what's going on. And on that diagram, I'm going to include the answer to part B. We'll color code it. If this is 210 out here, 210 minus 180 means that this angle right in here is 30 degrees. And it would be, if this is east, north is here, west is here, we would be 30 degrees south of west. So 30 degrees southwest. Okay, next part. What's the horizontal component of the plane's vector? So that triangle that just got formed right here, we know the following on it. So C and D both are here. I'm going to kind of blow up the triangle section there. Here's our 30-degree angle. We know the magnitude of 475 miles per hour is essentially a hypotenuse. So the vertical component is opposite. So that's dealing with the sine ratio. And the horizontal component is adjacent. That is dealing with the cosine ratio. So specifically for part C, we have cosine of 30 degrees equals, we don't know the adjacent distance, but we know the hypotenuse is 475. That way you cancel out division is multiplying. So we grab our calculator, we type that in, and we get a horizontal component of about 411.4. Okay, the vertical component, I'm a little short on space, but I think I can fit it in here. So now we're working with opposite. So the sine of 30 degrees equals our vertical component, we're going to call it y, over the hypotenuse again. So cosine dealt with adjacent, and I labeled that wrong. Adjacent's up here. The hypotenuse is in both these problems. It's the denominator. Okay, once again, our work's going to be very similar. Opposite of divide by 475 is multiply. We're a little squished there, but that's a y. So I type in 475 times sine of 30. And we get about 237.5. And last part, you can kind of check all this using some Pythagorean theorem. So if I know that this x is 411.4-ish, and this y is 237.5-ish, if I do Pythagorean theorem, technically I'd put the x first plus the y And that equals, it needs to equal about 475. Again, we got some rounding error, so we won't be exactly there. If I do 411.4 squared plus 237.5 squared, all inside a square root, we do get 475.03, which after rounding error is very close. And if we round to the nearest tenth, is very close to 475, which means we've found numbers that at least make sense with the given information. Hope this helps. Use this to complete the review and hopefully your own video of a similar problem.